After a couple dozen hours spent defending Fortnite's charming, cartoony world, the chaos of its swirling, monster-filled storm starts to look like a metaphor for this action-focused, base-building horde survival game. Its smart systems swirl around with its agonizingly convoluted progression systems that make up half the game, all in the same soupy, catch-all cloud. While still in early access, Fortnite is in an admirable state of constant construction. New modes and content updates appear regularly. Its newest addition, the PvP-focused Battle Royale mode, is an unabashed adaptation of PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds' insanely popular 100-player free-for-all on an ever-shrinking map structure. It's tweaked with Fortnite's brand of base building and resource harvesting, which adds a lighthearted and more arcadey twist on the formula. The ability to construct stairs to reach elevated caches or build some quick cover when you're stuck in the open is unique and refreshing. There's quite a way to go before Fortnite finds its own identity in this mode, and it could really use vehicles and loot sorting, but it's a good start, and this mode is currently completely free to play. The lion's share of Fortnite, though, is its original Save the World mode, where you and a team pillage the mission maps for resources to fight off hordes of zombie-like monsters called husks. In these 20 to 30 minute missions, Fortnite starts out as great, carefree fun, running around a giant destructible sandbox, smashing and building and looting and slaying. The star of this gameplay is the building system. Each piece can be edited on the fly and turned into anything from a spiral staircase to an archway or a low wall to shoot over. Constructing a whole base can be overwhelming at first, but there's a real sense of pride that comes from slowly constructing a mega fort complete with a hefty arsenal of carefully placed traps. What becomes clear after a while, though, is that outside of the story questline and its handful of big unique moments, all of the missions boil down to one of two formats. You're either building a fort to hold out against waves of monsters or sprinting around the map to grab objectives before the timer expires. Those quickly become routine and generally run 5 to 10 minutes longer than they probably need to. Fortunately, a robust series of secondary and daily side quests means there's always something to be looking for in addition to the main objective, which is a much-needed dose of variety. You can also mix things up by switching between the diverse sets of classes. For example, the soldier can boost damage with Warcry, the constructor can build a base shield, the ninja can double jump and use devastating melee skills, and the outlander can build giant mechanical twin Gatling gun-toting teddy bears to mow down monsters. And each class has several subclasses to experiment with. Like with most loot-driven games, it's genuinely thrilling to get a legendary orange schematic from a loot box. Those weapons come in handy less for the rank-and-file husk zombies, but more for when facing specialized monsters like the tank, or the thrower, or the behemoth, just to name a few. The other half of Save the World is a huge mess of overlapping progression systems that involves multiple different kinds of experience, currency, and resources. All of them are needed to increase your home base's energy level, which is the nearest thing Fortnite has to traditional progression. You'll collect Hero XP, Survivor XP, and Schematic XP to level up your weapons and traps. But first, you have to unlock higher upgrades, squad members, hero abilities, and weapon tiers through one of two different skill trees using two other unique forms of experience points. The entire experience is a cascade of menus within menus. It's far too complicated. And worse, the feeling of progress slows to a crawl once the steady flow of loot boxes begin to dry up. It becomes a drip-feed progression that requires a significant amount of grinding work for the cash to purchase a loot box, to get more XP, to get more survivors, to get a blip of progress. This immediately becomes the tedious focus of the mode, and that's where you could start feeling the pressure to spend real money to speed up progress again, but I don't plan on it. Fortnite is a fun world with great action gameplay and clever building systems, hamstrung by overlapping progression systems that force you into monotonous missions for diminishing returns. That soon tarnishes its great first impression. While the constant updates and events add flares of new gameplay and speak to the potential of Fortnite in the long run, the longer I play it, the less patience I have for its rules. If I had to score it now, I'd give it a 6.5 for okay. We'll continue to follow Fortnite all the way up through launch, but for more right now, you can check out a full match of Fortnite's Battle Royale mode in 1080-60 and a complete Destroy the Encampments mission from the Save the World mode. And for much more, keep it right here on IGN.